Hey! What is up, everybody? Welcome back, and thank you for joining us tonight for the next installment of Little Busters. But I guess I should start this off the correct way and say hello and welcome to Encounter Roleplay, everybody, and hello to those watching live right now on Twitch. And if you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to join us live for this show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EDT. We'd love to see you in chat hanging out with us. Today we are going to be playing, I believe, the 8th episode of Little Busters, which is our Tales from the Loop show. I think it's 8. I don't know. It's some episode. We really just... they run congruent anyways. It's fine. We're going to take a moment, though, and go around to the cast and crew, figure out who everybody is, who they're playing. And tonight, we were already kind of talking about it in chat just a couple moments ago. What is your favorite 1980s piece of clothing?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, you look so confident in this. Britt, we're going to start with you.
All right. I'm Britt. I am playing Ashley the Jock. And I have an answer that is true of Britt in terms of nostalgia and it being amusing, but that Britt was horrified to have to wear in the moment. And that is those jeans that had the paint splatters on them. I was just mortified that my mother made me wear these things. But now thinking back on it, it's hilarious. And I love that that was a thing. That's just so ridiculous.
They were so cute.
Just throw paint all over these jeans and call it good.
Oh, hey,
the 80s.
Shout out to Tabletop Loot. Thank you so much for those bits. Oh my goodness. I think that triggers something. Doesn't that trigger something? Everybody dies.
Oh. No, just my mom.
God.
Damn.
Too soon.
Already.
Too soon, and she's not even dead yet.
Literally too soon. We haven't even started.
You know, we haven't even gotten into this. I haven't even read about our fantastic sponsors tonight. Oh my goodness. All right. So Tabletop Loot, you're awesome. You can go ahead and let us know. I think that's just you can give out a crit success or failure to some of the players, or we can roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, which we have a different table. So that is up to you. Snowdog's made us its table specifically for Tales from the Loop. So kind of excited to see how that goes. Yeah, Snowdog's is awesome.
Oh, that's a lot nicer.
Yeah, instead of me like rolling 50 times and then going, oh, this isn't, there's no magic. This doesn't, okay, nope. All right. Cool. All right, Tabletop Loot. We will do that in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and kick it off to Michael. How's it going? Welcome back. Digging the shirt.
Oh, thanks.
Looking good, friend.
I was honestly fucking hoping he forgot about the question that he had just asked. But hey, I'm Michael. I am playing Silas, the Swedish weirdo. My favorite piece of 80s clothing is probably the members only jacket. Because that's what Google told me was very popular back then. So I'm gonna go with that.
Oh my God.
Okay, that is a Google thing. Members only jacket. Members.
You know, I do know actually what
like
a members only jacket is.
It's
Do
like
you
a
not?
sports club thing.
Yeah, it's a cool looking jacket.
Yeah, it's like a country club thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I have one.
Like the world's worst
love it.
windbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that that's what that was called. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, well.
Very nice. Good pick. Good pick. Still used today. Very practical.
Yeah.
Very, very practical. But all right. So fun choice. Our dear friend Jules, how are you?
I'm
going
doing
on?
great. Nothing much. I'm excited to play. I will be playing Ritter Dalka, who is our bodacious rocker. And you know what's great about the 80s? Really awful textiles. And you know what's even better than awful textiles? Those designs on scarves that was always worn during the 80s. And they could also be used for hip sashes. They could be used for head bandanas for the rocking community. They could be used for many a thing. And me just looking at 1980s scarves, they're hideous. And they're always like made of like that weird sheer material too.
Yes.
So
Like
they're
it
not
would
even gonna
seriously
keep you
catch
warm.
fire so quickly.
Literally, it's like 100% polyester, would not keep you warm
Totally.
again.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. And that's your favorite?
That's my favorite. I have a bunch of them from my mom, like from the way long ago. So
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, that's so awesome. Well, thank you
I
for
would wear
sharing.
some of
Thank you.
these.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I know. Right? Just wear like all of them. Just one episode. Just all.
Just every single
Drape yourself. Every single
make
Well,
a giant babushka out of them all.
Perfect.
Google is
Amazing.
providing me with several orange versions, so you know.
Ooh, we're just gonna. Everybody's gonna be orange by the final episode. It'll be great.
Oh my god.
I already was orange.
All right. Last but not least, Natalie. How's it going today? Welcome back. You're in your normal spot, or are you still?
I'm in my norm. I know. I'm
Okay.
back. I'm back. I'm in my country now. Back in my country. That's how I'm putting it. Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm playing Darcy Brown. I realized I never say her last name. Her name is Darcy Brown.
I'm really glad you did that because I had no idea Darcy's last
Didn't
name.
either. I just assumed she was
I
like a
didn't know she had
musical
one.
she has this entire
Just
time,
Darcy.
but the problem is just Darcy. But the problem is because I normally go first, and then by the time we get through, like, especially when we get to like Ritter, I'm like, well, I have not said my last name ever because I always forget this. So not going first has helped me. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay. We've all learned something new here tonight.
And we barely just started. So I'm playing Darcy, who's the weirdo. She is like the socially awkward weirdo that likes to creep around. I actually wrote down on the character sheet her name is Darcy Ghost Curl Brown, which is what I gave her forever ago, which I think is still accurate. Because she draws
Totally.
ghosts now with beefy legs. I went with whatever Darcy's probably favorite fashion statement would have been, which is like the neon leg warmers. But what she does is she mismatches them. Like intentionally so. Or not maybe intentionally, she just doesn't realize that they're supposed to have the same color matched. Actually seems more accurate for her.
She's just trying to like
Leg warmers
maximize
are
on
so
how much
practical.
color.
Yeah. So
Yeah, especially
I'm
with her backpack.
Oh yeah, it works perfect. With her backpack, it's absolutely perfect. So that's what I'm going with, which is ironic because I actually have a pair of intentionally mismatched thigh-high socks, so it feels fairly accurate for Natalie too.
Yes.
Yep.
So dang good.
Good.
All right. Well, let me keep on flipping through here then, so we can just jump right into everything. We've got a lot to go through tonight, and I'm pretty stoked for it. But before we begin today's show, I would like to remind you all that we are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the beautiful maps and rules you see here tonight are using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. And you can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer, and 40k minis for 20% off. But this week, we gotta give a slightly bigger shout out because they are here right now. Our friends, our sponsor over at Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. When we hit 20 retweets tonight, we will give away a set from them. And let me see if I do this. Boom. That might be the tweet I don't know. It could be a different one. We'll find out in a second because I should probably click that. But so thank you so much, Tabletop Loot. You are amazing. And finally, though, I'd like to remind you all how you can interact with today's game. You can donate to impact the game by giving players natural ones, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and this month's special, a table of pets. Now, how this works for our particular game, because we are not using fantasy setting type rules, instead of natural ones or natural 20s, you can offer a player a success or a not success. So they can be successful on something, or you could basically give me the tool to make them not be successful on the thing that they're trying to do. Because in this system, we use D6s and only D6s. And all they have to do is roll 1 6. 1 6 will 90% of the time make them successful on the things that they are trying to do in this game, because that's Tales from the Loop. But math doesn't like us. Math in particular just doesn't like Michael.
I was going to say,
I just made warm-up rolls today.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
rolled
say.
my entire dice pool and got 0 successes 3 times.
That sounds right.
Oh, it's going to be a great game.
I love
It's
it.
going to be great. And also, just a reminder, if there's a moment that you really love during the show, please feel free to clip it on Twitch, because we'll be using them in highlight reels later in the future. But that's all the fun stuff that I have to say before we kick off tonight's show of Little Busters. And who would like that free success to recap what happened last week? We had some pretty cool stuff that went down last week. Learned a lot of new things. Jules, you're looking like you wanted to do it. You're looking like you're jumping out of your seat to do it.
Gee, I wonder why.
I don't know.
Maybe, to convince somebody again with my charming wiles. So last episode, everyone kind of left off with Silas touching a note on a wall and saying, well, if the dream is real, then something happens. Something did happen, but not what Silas had expected. Instead of there being a rotating staircase, there was kind of a wall panel that lifted up about 2 feet. The group kind of reconvened back together, and Sarah was inquired to help. Sarah demonstrated some very alien-like strength. Some weird bone popping happened, but it did not seem to hurt her. She actually kind of healed fairly quickly, and we kind of proceeded down a very long corridor where things went from being very meticulously built to very rushed. And we ended up in this kind of very small chamber with a really gross bird bath in it. It took the team quite a long time to realize that this was a recharging facility and was kind of like a makeshift one for the Derricore. And everyone kind of gets that up and working. Everyone worked very well together, which was, yay, teamwork. And we were able to put the Derricore back into the bird bath, and it seemed to have been doing okay. But then the whole morality question came up of, is this really living? And everyone kind of bounced around, talk and discussion of like, should this thing stay here? Should we take it out? Is it going to try to possess one of us? What do we do? Some tensions got high. Sarah, the actual Sarah, ended up revealing herself upon request. And she gave us some very interesting information. There is another laboratory underneath the police station. And the kids were kind of bouncing around ideas of how to possibly access that laboratory and, I don't know, possibly destroy it, because we're kind of at that, we're at that point now. Silas was very upset at Chloe and Darcy for not trusting Sarah and not thinking that Sarah wasn't participating. And his frustrations kind of led him to make an early departure from the bunker. And we also, Ritter thought it was a great idea to say, hey, maybe we should get an adult involved in this so that she can spy on things at Rick Synergy because she works there. So I believe that is kind of where we left off.
That is. So go ahead and remind yourself that you get a critical success, an automatic success on one dice
He
roll.
does not need reminding.
I already know what I'm going to use it on.
Maybe.
And it's not going to be to notice the lighter.
All right. Oh, did
Bye,
Michael
Michael.
die? Michael died. Bye. All right. So normally how we like to start off our episodes, and we've kind of been skipping over the starting scenes, the players will go ahead and set up their own scenes, either with themselves, each other, or with me. And then after a little bit, we will kick it over into the actual mystery for tonight. But I think it kind of blends in together. We've already discussed a little bit what you wanted to happen, because it's pretty... was this scene going to be like immediate? Like you were heading there, right?
Yes, I believe that everyone as a collective was going to go to Ritter's house and we were going to have an intervention with my mother.
Okay.
Minus
If you
the
are all
sign
cool
that
with
says
that.
intervention.
Mhm.
Unless you want to stop
Darcy can just
by.
make one on her
Yeah.
chrome-plated sketch pad.
Yeah.
Wild Magic Surge, your iconic item,
Wait, seriously?
is now chrome-plated.
Yeah.
Perfect. I am so excited.
Yeah.
That is. Oh my god! I can use this as a weapon now, guys.
Well, doesn't it give you like an extra? Doesn't it give you like an extra die worth of success as well?
Yes,
I forget
you
if
will
there
get
was
an
that.
additional +1 die depending on how you use this particular item. Yeah.
Guys,
So
Darcy,
you already,
can
it gives
battle
us your
now.
iconic items. So you get 2 already. Now you get 3 in certain circumstances.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. See, you can make that happen. Or make their heads explode. Whatever.
Please don't.
Oh no, this is way better. This is way
The
more.
flood starts
way
now.
better.
I told you. I told you we've been fooled. But yeah, we'll go over to Cece's, and I believe 2 out of the group are going to smell like cigarette smoke upon arrival. Silas.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yes.
I would like you both to roll sneak to see how odorous you are.
Nope, I smell like smoke.
Yep. Same.
Okay. Alrighty. So I mean, this is your home. You obviously know how to go home,
Mhm.
and yes,
Also, I'm just curious about the general look of us, aside from the smoke, because of the adventure we just went on, and I'm actually pretty sure I didn't change from when I was like
Nope.
gushing head blood. And
Oh yeah, no.
this has been an
Okay.
excruciatingly long day,
Day.
especially for you. You had your nightmare, which that took some time. You're probably still got a pounding headache. Maybe not have a concussion. You had the fight with Chloe, made up with Chloe, had some heartache about Daquan, and then all of the actual mystery stuff. So that was like 3 episodes in a day. You're all probably tired. So I would even beg to say that maybe it's probably getting pretty late at night, maybe like 8 o'clock at night by now.
That's fine. We're back before 10. That's all that matters.
Oh God.
Back before curfew. You're fine.
We're early. And
Oh
we're
no, are we
starving,
still
probably.
grounded?
Oh, we're
No,
probably
we're not
hungry.
grounded anymore. She
Mm-mm.
just said that we had
Okay.
to be back before 10.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So remember, we're early. Ritter brings he brings everyone in. Just for the sake of painting the scene, did Chloe already depart from us, or?
Yes, Chloe. Will say that she had to go home because she has to be home at a certain time for her parents and for her family. But she's got some samples that she's going to start, running some tests on and trying to understand the alien species that you have really just been introduced to, that especially she has just been introduced to. She's got a lot of thinking and a lot of researching to do.
Okay, cool. Then everyone that's kind of coming in has been to the house before. Because did everyone come by when my nightmare happened? Because everything was fuzzy during that point. Did everyone actually go over to the house, or did everyone go home to their homes?
I think they went home. I think you and Silas were the only two that actually returned to the house.
With
Sarah. With Sarah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Bringing 2 new people back as
Because
well.
Darcy can only stay out so late. She's much younger than you all, so.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. She's 13 and in our minds. I think, Ritter will kind of toss the door open lightly, kind of stick his head into the house. I imagine it's fairly modern, for the open living room area. And he kind of like calls out and he's like, we're back, Mom.
Okay, honey, I'm in the kitchen.
Cool.
And you can hear like the TV on.
The news is playing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of closes the door behind everybody and kind of ushers them into the living room area. And he's like, so I have 2 new friends that are here. Don't worry, they're not going to live here.
They better not. Do you need me to order a pizza?
Ashley vigorously shakes her head.
So does Darcy.
Pizza's great. Maybe 2.
You can hear her sigh. She goes to pick up the phone and she'll go ahead and place an order for like hashtag not sponsored, like 1980s Pizza Hut or something.
Right.
Little Caesar mushroom.
Who do deliver back then? Mushroom.
You want mushroom?
Yeah, Ashley is saying this to Ritter, like, mushroom.
Oh,
Can you get her to get mushroom?
Can you put mushrooms on one of them and pineapple on the other?
Darcy gets really excited at pineapple.
Whatever you want, honey.
Cool. When you're done, can you like come to the living room?
If you brought a dog home, so help me God.
No. He's just like, he looks to Sarah and he's like, no. No, it's a lot more serious than a dog.
Okay, hang on. And so she'll place her order, and a couple minutes will go by, and she heads into the family room. Is that where you're all hanging out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I imagine the few minutes in between her making the order and her coming in, like Ritter's just kind of like the bass guitar sitting on his lap, and he's leaning on the case and just kind of like rocking back and forth, being like, okay. I don't know how to do this. How are we going to approach this? What do we start with? Do we just rip the Band-Aid off?
God. Silas is just sitting stiff as a board. I think just staring into nothingness. He doesn't. I don't know. I don't. It maybe with my. No, because there's so much more before, and I don't. And he just babbles on for like a moment.
Ritter just listens. He's just like, like he's trying to like make sense of it, but he's probably not.
Darcy's just kind of like, because she still has the Sal backpack, and she's like, "Hey, Sal, I need you to be quiet for a little bit, otherwise they're gonna think we have a dog."
Well, she's gonna know about Sal anyway in a minute. Why don't we just
But we
put him on the
him out?
coffee table? Yeah, just put him on the coffee table. Maybe that'll be like the magnum opus.
Yes, maybe
Can
we
we-
introduce her to Sal first.
Okay.
Can we wait until
Sal?
after we've had pizza? Because maybe she's gonna kick us out, and I'm really hungry.
She's gonna come in here and start asking what I was talking about anyway.
Okay.
It's like whatever. It's fine.
I do like to imagine us
So-
sitting for 30 minutes waiting for the pizza to come just in silence.
So Cece, Ritter's mom walks in, and it's just like awkward silence for 20, and that pizza has to be delivered under 30 minutes. That was the big thing
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
Yeah, you're right.
That was a timed delivery thing, and I
Was
don't
it
remember if
Ninja
it was
Turtles?
Pizza Hut done this. Yeah, right. So
Never pay full price for late pizza.
fact right there. And also, real quick, thank you everybody for the retweets. Make sure that you type !loot and get entered into the tabletop loot dice drawing that will happen in just a moment. Enter and go get some dice. Thank you for the retweets. So awkward silence.
Okay,
Since
she
he
comes
into the room.
She comes in. Ritter, like, he panics. I'm assuming Darcy did not put Sal on the table, on the coffee
Not
table.
yet.
He kind of
She's
like,
still hesitating.
okay. He kind of he twists the bass guitar case around, and he sets it in front of him, and he's like, "So look what Silas got me for my birthday."
Wow, that's beautiful.
He opens it to show the actual guitar.
Right? It's like,
It's like super like custom made and stuff like that, right?
I have never seen one like it. So you said you had something serious to talk about, though. Like, this is
Slowly.
sweet. I know that you're not pregnant. You did make somebody else pregnant, so
Oh God, no, definitely no. Sarah's not pregnant, and neither is Ashley. No.
wait, what?
Actually, just
No
makes
one's
like
pregnant.
the biggest nose wrinkled face at that. Like,
It's
Hi, Ritter's mom.
Okay, this is
Hi,
that's Darcy. I mentioned Darcy.
hi, Darcy.
Sarah is my cousin.
He shouts apropos of nothing.
She knows that already.
Oh shit!
Sarah just like looks to Cece, just like, yes, we are cousins.
as hungry and hangry or whatever and concussed as Ashley is, she's gonna just see what's happening, and just like a glimmer in her head of remembering that she does actually know how to talk to adults. She's going to put out her hand. Hi, I'm Ashley.
Oh, hi, Cece, Ritter's mom.
Hi.
She'll shake your hand.
I go to school with Ritter. I'm on the basketball team. I'm trying to get him to join some sports, team stuff always, looks really good on college applications.
I mean, Ritter has not always been the athletic one, but it would be nice to see you doing more things at school, Ritter. And she that mom look at you like, stop skipping.
Yeah,
He's definitely showing a lot of potential.
Right, yeah, Ashley's my tutor.
Ashley
I
knows
told you I was
that,
gonna get
that adults love that P word.
Word.
Potential.
I would like you to both
Oh.
roll charm right now.
Okay.
Not
Four
necessarily,
successes.
like success or
Whoa.
not. Whoa!
Starting off real strong.
Take
Did
that.
we forget that the rocker is a charmer?
Take that, adults.
I also know how to talk to people when I want to.
I also probably could have checked my pride on that one, but I didn't. I didn't need to because I'm
Don't
fucking
waste it.
charming.
Yay.
All right.
You are very charming, despite being super hangry. Yeah, no, she's buying it. You know, Ashley seems like a very respectable kid and seems to have her stuff going on. A little dirty, but because you said that you were in sports, she kind of chucks it up to you practicing or having a game earlier or something. So she just kind of like ignores the amount of mud all over you. Like,
Dried blood, you know.
yeah, you know, aggressive sports.
I think as this kind of comes up, like Ritter will just be like, all right, I'm just gonna rip the bandit off. Okay, so like Ash fell and hit her head because something bad was going on.
Wait, are you okay? Do you need to go to the hospital? Wait, why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I mean, I already did the whole bandage thing. No, like there's something bad surrounding everything with us right now. Darcy, can you just put him on the coffee table? Like, this is so much easier.
Darcy
Ritter, I
takes out a
swear if you
backpack,
pull out a dog,
puts it on there,
It's worse than a
opens
dog.
it up. Sal, say hi, Ritter's mom.
Please say it nice.
oh god, I feel like this needs to be a song lyric. Oh, I know exactly what he says. He pops up and he's just like, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?" And he just like starts singing that song to her.
Oh God.
We went through your music. Sal.
Renner just leans over and just turns the knob down.
Darcy's like arms crossed, almost disappointed in Sal. She said, I thought we talked about this.
All right, so like,
So yeah,
Ritter,
so,
your mom is just
so
staring
Mr.
at me.
Ritter.
Mm.
There's
That's
just,
a-
you know, a lot of things going on that are getting in the way of the academics that we could all be doing so much better at. But there's some problems. Ritter.
Mom, and then he kind of like takes Sal and like rotates Sal so that she sees the logo in the middle of Sal's kind of torso panel.
Okay.
So there's some weird stuff going on at Rick Synergy, right?
How did you get something like this?
Silas, how did you get Sal?
Ashley, how did we get Sal?
Oh, this is great. I like that nobody knows.
Mrs. Ritter.
Sal's always been.
Miss Ritter? Mrs. Ritter? I'm not sure. What would you prefer?
Just Miss. She's not married.
Okay,
I
Miss
don't think Ritter's
Ritter.
the last name either.
CC's fine.
Miss Cece. I got this robot a few months ago when I was attacked by slug aliens with a bunch of other kids, and we fended them off. And that's a problem that we need to talk to you about. Ritter?
Yeah, so there's some really bad things going on in the Chicago region, and apparently Greg Synergy might have something to kind of do with it. We kind of think Silas's dad is also a part of it.
There's aliens.
Sarah?
Oh, is this a game, Ritter? Is this like what you and your friends do?
He just slowly shakes his head as his eyes look like all like glassy. Mom,
like that dice game with the dragons.
No, this is not D&D. This is way worse.
Miss Ritter,
Mm-hmm.
did you know Mr. Lamore?
Mr. Lamore.
He's dead now.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know him. He worked for Rick Synergy, a different department, but I got the memo about his death. Why?
Our friend Daquan was helping us investigate these worms. And then Mr. Lamore was killed.
We don't know how, but yeah, that happened. And do you know? And like Michael, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming that we've never said Silas's last name before.
I think that we have actually. I just don't bring it up a lot. I was actually just going to chime in
Okay.
as we talk about Daquan's dad being murdered. Yes, my Cece, do you work closely, or have you ever met Dr. Christofferson?
No, that name doesn't ring a bell. I mean, there are a lot of Swedish doctors that have, come in and out of the Rick Synergy facilities, but I don't really. I just do the paperwork essentially.
He is my father, and he was a member of the original corporate headquarters in Sweden back when we lived there with my mother, who, before I came here, she went missing. And he never said anything about it, but I know that she was worried about his work, or so I don't know if what happened to Daquan's father is what happened to her, but Rick Synergy is at the center of all of this, and we have found proof of it.
And I think at first she's gonna. She hasn't sat down yet, and she's kind of like, like waiting for that like foot to drop from Ritter, and hearing Silas though speak about his missing mother, and obviously he's been staying here for a couple weeks now, almost 2 months maybe. I think she's gonna go over to you and just give you like a really big hug, like a tight squeeze, and kiss your like the top of your head, and kind of cross her arms and just back up, trying to process. Like, everybody's tone here is very serious. She's just trying to comprehend, like, how much of this is just science fiction and kids' imaginations getting away from them, and how much of it is real. Bringing up Mr. Lamore. She has met him a couple of times, just like in passing, hi, bye. And mostly, though, it was, that the memo about, we're, so sorry, but this person has passed away, yada, yada. Here's the funeral arrangements and whatnot. So that's real. That's a very grounded sentiment. And I mean, a robot, it's still very toy-like. I mean, it's literally partially built out of an erector set. The Rick Synergy logo, she's not sure, and it's got a radio head and played music. So she's still kind of like, this is a really weird. She doesn't get it. She's not quite getting it.
I think at that point we can go into talking about aliens. And start talking about the Derricor versus the Ivani. And then I think, in the middle of all of this explanation, he's like, look, Mom, I don't know how to like get you to understand that this is real, but Sarah is one of the Derricor. And Sarah's not Silas's cousin. she's been around since before the 60s. And in this current state, Sarah can do stuff that people can't do. And we can like totally prove it. Like, Sarah, can you like lift up like the entertainment center? It's like super heavy.
Okay. And Sarah will like awkwardly stand up. She's just awkward. All of her movements, super awkward. And reach over. And again, instead of bending properly and like lifting with, her legs and not her back, she's just kind of standing straight and kind of, lets her arms kind of hang down to slip underneath the entertainment center and just starts lifting it with no problem. Like not even breaking a sweat. She is kind of like tilting it so she can balance, the TV's like rattling on top and any pictures and whatnot that had been there are just like falling all down. And I think, now that it's about like a foot or two up off the ground, you see your mom whose jaw is just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
She also can't eat chocolate because apparently chocolate's super bad for this particular race.
And your mom just starts laughing.
Man, as long as she finds it amusing.
And she like kind of like says a couple words in Romanian and takes a seat on the couch. Like the equivalent of like adios mio. Like this is just crazy. This is ridiculous. And she's just like, you want me to believe that there are aliens and talking robots, and she points to Sal and points to Sarah, and that they're responsible for murder and missing people, and they're allergic to chocolate? Well, you should have stayed in Hollywood.
Mom,
Miss
I'm not joking, Mom. This is like completely serious. And like he stands up at this point. He's just like, I wouldn't be fucking around like this if it wasn't for a good reason. All of this is real. And Silas needs to find his mom, and we need to figure out what the fuck his dad is doing. And we need to stop Chief McDonald from causing any more harm.
And when you say his name, when you say the chief's name, there's like a little grimace on your mom's face.
He kind of like his squints at that. He's like, what? Do you know this guy too? Other than the fact that he's the tool that dropped me off?
He has come to us a lot. Kind of a jerk.
Right? We think that he is one of the Avani. And I know it sounds hard to prove now, but like Sarah, who's been captured by these douche nozzles for like the past like 30 years, she knows where another lab is. All the weird shit that happened at the school. You heard about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's other monsters doing shit.
They said it was just an earthquake. Chicago is on a fault line.
Mom, earthquakes don't cause giant holes to appear in swimming pools. I saw it.
Miss Cece, you might know my mom, Miss Jones. Also is a secretary at Rick's Energy. And she could tell you that I am not prone, or I am not good at. I'm not smart enough to come up with this sort of insane story.
I mean, I think you're smart, Ash.
She's like,
Yeah.
Oh, you're Miss Jones' daughter. She has a whole desk full of your ribbons and your awards, and she carries a softball that she had you sign. She talks about you all the time.
yeah, because I'm good
Oh,
at
I didn't
sports,
know.
but I'm not good at making up stories. This is real, and all of our parents work for that company, and we don't want you all to get hurt.
I need you both, Ritter and Ashley. Go ahead and roll another charm.
So scared.
You
You got
pass. I want. All right. I'll do it for now, and if not, my fuck it. I'm gonna use my auto success now.
I got it.
Ah!
You got two? Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Use my crit success.
The challenge rating on this needed 2. You were
Okay.
trying to convince an adult about the mysterious happenings in the world of kids. So between the two of you, you were successful. And I think you see, Cece's sitting down now, and she just kind of like stands up and starts pacing and just kind of like lost in thought, trying to process again everything that you've all told her. And she looks over to you, Ritter, and kind of squats down and places both of her hands on your face. My beautiful
I know I'm an
boy.
idiot sandwich. I'm sorry.
You are. You are. It's a discussion for another time. With the exception of the stealing, you have never given me a reason to not believe you. If what you're saying is true, and what your friends have gone through, and the robot and the alien, she kind of like almost like shifts a little bit away from Sarah. I believe you. What can I do to help you? I want to make sure you're safe.
I feel like he kind of sucks his bottom lip, and he kind of like he chokes back emotion to Mom believing him, and he kind of pats her hands on his face. Well, anything really. And he kind of he leans back a bit and he looks back towards Silas. He's like, Silas doesn't even know where his dad is now, like at all. We need to get into this police station and ruin this lab that's going on. Because, like, if the Avani are outweighing the Derricor, like, that's bad. And we also don't know, like, what's happening at Rick Synergy, like, at all. And if you can go over paperwork and stuff like that, you might be able to help us with what they're working on. Because according to Sarah, there was supposed to be some sort of big plan for the Derricor / Avani united people to get off of this planet. But if they're just possessing people and then working through Rick Synergy, they could be doing something way worse.
When she kind of like, she lets go of her face and she thinks for a moment. I know the Hawthorne Heights Police Department just donated to repair the broken pool at the high school. I thought that was a little weird because why would a police station be involved? Like,
yeah, like you'd think this would just be some rich person that would just like pay for it, like kind of like how they did in Cali.
hmm I mean, they're using the police station is public funds. Why are they using that money for the school instead of just using the actual school funds? It was
They're trying to cover up what they found underneath the school. We all
Oh no.
discovered a hidden laboratory beneath the school where we found Sarah imprisoned and released her from some sort of cage.
And there was this
and
big
discovered-
computer thing, and like Officer McDonald was the user, but I couldn't figure out the password for it.
well, I don't know what I can do to help, but I will help. What I would say to go to the authorities, but clearly don't go to the authorities.
Nope.
Can't trust the man.
Can never trust the man.
I think at this point, everyone can kind of like the pizza probably shows up at this point.
Yeah, you like the
I was
doorbell.
gonna say,
We can eat and deliberate over what can be done. Because honestly, I think we could send Cece off to do recon missions in Rick Synergy to gather information. But if we still want to do the infiltration into the police station,
I think that's got to be our next. Sorry,
Yeah.
it
go ahead.
has to be.
I was saying I'm not bad to have an adult almost as a distraction.
That's a good point. Like, is there a
Mhm.
reason that she could bring us all there so that we could slip past the front desk?
Yeah.
Well,
Fair enough.
Officer McDonald already picked me up once thinking I was loitering and being a piece of shit and brought me home. So McDonald and Cece had a conversation probably at that point. So if she has a reason to bring me back to the police station,
Or maybe
I
not even
don't
bring you back. It's to like settle, make sure it's not on your record or something like that, or could be
like
some
a scared.
excuse.
It could be like a scared straight thing,
Yeah.
Like you don't want to end up like the drunkards in the cells over
Yeah,
there.
she wants to take you through all the cells to get you scared. Yeah. Can I take my son and his delinquent friends through?
I was gonna say, I think as we're maybe we're even discussing this as we're eating, I think Silas just kind of like looks up and says,
Well, I mean, maybe she found out that her son and his friend were smoking and needs to have someone talk to them.
Ritter almost chokes on his pizza.
Is that why there is ghosts coming out of your mouth?
Ashley's just inhaling pizza.
God, gross deep dish Chicago style pizza.
There's like
Oh,
a
he's
couple
so
Romani curse
hungry.
words, and she just like looks at you, Ritter, and just starts speaking in Romani. I don't even have to tell you. You know exactly what your mother is saying.
He just kind of like slowly puts the pizza down. Okay. And he's saying this in English to try to be, fair to everyone else in the room. He's like, I only smoke when I'm like super stressed out. Hey, guess what? I'm super stressed out with all of the stuff.
Silas is gonna cover Ritter's mouth very quickly, and is going to speak to Cece in very broken Romani.
Cute. Okay.
And just say, it was my fault. I have brought all of this about my mother and father into Ritter's life, and I didn't want to cause him stress. I used to smoke in Sweden because we all did, and I must have been standing too close to him when I...
I need you to roll me the charm.
While this is happening, Darcy
you
kind of
do.
like tugs on Ashley's arm. Is that why they smell weird?
Ashley's just chewing.
Ignoring the child.
I think canonically we've decided that Silas is a very bad liar. And the dice
I take it
support it.
Okay.
Support.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite.
So she
And
she
I
turns
can't
to
help you because I don't know what you just said.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciative
My
that
mouth
you
is- my mouth
try
is
to
covered.
speak her language. Mhm. You are a sweet boy, Silas. This isn't you. Ritter, now.
He kind of like he sighs and slowly pulls back from the hand. Pulls them out. This is probably like half a pack at this point left. Looks at them longingly, the Marlboros, the sweet Marlboros, and just kind of just puts them in her hand.
She takes them, puts them in her back pocket.
It's not
You
fair.
fuck
You
about
like
this.
you totally smoked at my age.
Do as I say and not as I do.
Oh, I hate that.
You understand?
Oh.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, that's good excuse to go to the police station, right?
We'll figure it out. For now, eat, get some rest. I need to think about all of this.
Okay. Mom, thanks for listening about everything.
Of course, you're my baby boy. You should be able to tell me anything. I need you to tell me everything.
Everything? And he slowly stands up at that point and he's like, then Mom, can we talk about something privately?
Of course. Excuse us, and she'll like kind of take you and head to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. He gives a glance back to Silas.
Who
The
looks
knowing
very
glance.
confused.
Oh,
I don't know
geez.
what's happening. To kind of gloss over that, he will tell her about the dreams that they've been having, and he'll explain his dream to her.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it was a dream. Your father's name is not Johnny Dagwood, and he doesn't play in whatever silly name that band is.
Okay, but like how I described him.
Well, I mean, it's been 14 years, 15 years. He could have tattoos. I mean, he had some, but not up his neck. He did have blonde hair, long, beautiful. But I mean, the leather jacket, ripped jeans, you're describing all of my friends at that point. I wore all that.
Okay.
And as
Just-
big of a jerk as he is, I would like to think that he would never do that to you. To let you
Okay.
sit and burn.
Right. Okay, I'm just saying, like, it's more of the whole, like, prophetic thing that stuff could happen. Because stuff has happened that we've had dreams about. So,
Has all of it happened?
Kinda, sorta. Darcy kind of saw everything that happened at the school first, before it happened. Silas...
Was it exact?
No. Everything was, like, weird and twisty and... Yeah, it wasn't like, exact, just, like, kinda, like a half-truth, you know?
So, perhaps that is no truth at all.
I guess so. Again, he looks a little bit disappointed. He's like, all right, well, I just wanted to say we have weird dreams, so if you see like a weird buff cat, you're probably going to have a nightmare.
I'm going to have nightmares anyways. Thank you, Ritter. Thank you.
Frowns. Okay.
Just, will you please come to me if something is dangerous. I don't want you or your friends ending up like Mr. Lamore. Okay?
He kind of nods and he kind of goes over and he'll hug her kind of like tightly. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, just as long as you like be careful too. Like Chloe like told me to not tell you and stuff like that, but like this is just scary and I just wanted someone to know that's not a kid.
Well, you did the right thing, okay? You can always come to me. Always, no matter what.
Okay. Kind of like he nods with his like head on her shoulder because I'm assuming
she's like cradling you.
Right.
Yeah, it's very, very touching, moment between the two of them.
Awesome. And that's that's pretty much all he really wanted to address with that and telling about the dreams and Mr. Blink and stuff like that. And then Ritter will go back out into the living room and kind of just plop down.
Where Darcy's been talking to Sal about why that song was what came out and asking questions about smoking.
So like you ask questions about smoking and he'll sing like smoking in the boys' room or something. Like any question that you're trying to ask, he's
into the songs right now.
Yeah.
Sal, why are you broken? Why is it only songs right now?
I am not broken.
Then why are you singing?
Because music is good.
I suppose. Doesn't answer my questions. And that can be when Ritter comes back in.
Questions?
I don't know what's wrong with Sal. He just keeps answering everything with a song. I give him my questions about smoking and it's getting really weird.
Probably because Sal doesn't know anything about smoking. And he goes down.
Really? Because I've seen the ghost come out of him sometimes, but I think that's when he's malfunctioning.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
I imagine that he goes over and he kind of he's looking at Sal, looking them over, and he's kind of squinting. He's like, Sal, how do you feel about getting new arms?
Sal raises his arms up, the egg beater on the one that doesn't really have an opposable joint, and then the poorly attached T-Rex claw fingered grabbing thing. I don't even know what those thing is called, the extended arm. And he's like, it would be most helpful.
Okay. Why don't we strike a deal, little dude? Considering I think I kind of want to start messing with you. He kind of starts poking him. He's like, I'm going to try to get you new arms. Better arms, better hands. But you have to promise to be nice to Silas.
I mean, Silas has to be
And
nice to
the
him.
rest of us too, yeah.
Ashley. Sal like slowly turns his head to Silas.
Silas does the same.
The first song that popped into my head was not a song from the 80s. I can't
Oh, no.
sing that.
What was it?
Do you believe in a thing called love? It just felt right at that moment. Wrong era. Super hella wrong era.
Sal creates a song before it's even one thing.
I mean,
Right?
valid.
No, he doesn't say anything. He just looks back to Ritter and okay.
Cool. Shake on it.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
Okay. Why don't we try the other hand?
Bends over the little
Just takes and shakes. He's like, all right, so you got to learn to start being a good robo dude, okay?
I am best robo dude.
That means no more bad jokes, Sal.
Okay.
Wait, what kind of bad jokes is he saying?
Yeah, since when does Sal tell jokes?
I'll tell you later. She's
All
just
right,
referring to
so-
that one time where the joke was
Right.
Silas. That's it.
It was bad. It was a bad joke.
That joke.
It was a very bad joke. What are your plans? We'll say that you have the evening together, eating pizza, trying to figure out what it is that you are going to be doing.
You need to come up with a plan.
Darcy spreads out a bunch of papers and she's like, okay, let's look at this. She draws like a square police station. And then she draws a bunch of goats. Us.
Oh my god, we're gonna have like Ocean's 12.
Yes! Oh my gosh! The break-in heist.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay, we got us and we got that. We got to get in there and then get under there. And then I don't have a map for that. I actually don't have a map for the inside of that. So that's going to be tricky.
Well, the question is, where do we think that the lab might be? I mean, there
I'm
might be
sure-
information, well, connection to how to get down there. Like,
Oh.
we know, like, McDonald might have information in his office because he's the chief of police, right? So he's got to have a big fancy office with a big desk and, I don't know, like, pictures of his kids or his cat. I don't know. Like,
Oh, what if Mr. Blank is his cat? Anyways.
dude. Better not.
The rumor come out.
Shit.
What? It's a shame, as much as all those dreams sucked, they definitely at least led us in the right direction. Like, they're the what told Silas to push the thing and for us to go into the school. And like,
Protect Sarah.
yeah. And so I just shame Mr. Blink wasn't here because he would probably know where to look.
I wish there was a
Maybe
way
he's
to
at the
summon this
library.
stupid. Maybe.
If he is still there, yes.
I think he only likes to show up when he wants to. Not when we want him to. Because I've tried that.
Yeah, I don't think we can
Flashback to
rely.
like Darcy like drawing a pentagram and just like lighting candles and trying to
Summoning
summon the
circle.
cat.
It's a perfect flashback. And her Nana
like-
walking and being like, what are you doing?
There's like a piece of like Elio's pizza in the middle as a sacrifice.
Yeah, basically. This is canon now. This is what Darcy is trying to do. To summon this cat. And like it's her drawings on like a bunch of the corners as well of the star of the pentagram. She's just genuinely been trying.
Grandma's terrified of you now.
This child needs Jesus.
Oh my god.
I
But yeah,
agree with Ritter. I think the best option is to get into McDonald's office. He must have left something for us to go on.
Or a key or something. Maybe he's got like a key card and then we could swipe it and it'll go somewhere.
Oh, this is before key cards, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They got weird tech.
I don't know.
Maybe
If
robots
it's
have
alien
stuff.
tech, like
Yeah,
If there's
we're
not
alien
out of the
tech,
realm
they
of
might know.
possibility.
that's true.
I think it's like, what if we get there and his office is locked? Do any of you know how to pick them? I'm like,
Okay, so I didn't mean to. Okay, I totally broke into a store once. I was on a dare, and I had a old ID card, and I kind of just shimmied it until I could pop the
Oh.
lock.
Do you still have it? Can we use it again? You think it'll work?
I mean, I can
Percy's
just.
unfazed by the stealing.
I mean, I don't have that ID anymore because it was like my old Cali ID from back at school. But like, I'm sure I could find like something.
Okay.
I just
there we
whip
go.
out my library card.
See that?
Meanwhile, Silas is trying to come to grips with the fact that Ritter had a whole life before they met.
But not many lives.
1,000 lives.
No,
Oh, goodness.
but yeah, he'll take that and he's like, but if I'm gonna be the distractee,
Oh,
if I'm being the one led around, I can't exactly like pick the lock. Unless
teach me
someone
your
else.
ways.
I mean, we could try. He gets up and like he'll take Darcy over to go practice. But I mean, he kind of like calls back to Ashley and Silas, and he's just like, we should just figure out who's gonna be where for the heist. Yes, he calls it that.
Perfect.
Is Sarah eating pizza?
Oh yeah,
Siri, shut
carefully.
up. I'm talking to you.
Love Siri. Yeah,
I think also
Sarah's
the
been
silence
very
is-
quiet.
Sorry.
Yeah, eating slowly and just listening to the conversation between you all.
I
Sarah,
think that
do you know
silence
how to
that
break?
just happened
Oh, yeah, probably.
was happening in real time. Go ahead.
Oh, probably. Eventually, Darcy does chirp up with, Sarah, do you know how to break into doors just in case we need a backup?
Well, we could just break down the door.
Let's call that Plan D. Not certain we want that kind of evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad enough that our fingerprints probably got put on the stuff down in the basement.
Oh, but it's our bunker.
No, in the school.
Oh, yeah, that one. Well, gloves. We need gloves.
Silas, do you have your old gloves?
Yes, but there's only 2 of them.
All right. We could give the gloves to Sarah. Ash, what
But
do you
if
think
she's
we should
breaking
do?
the door, that's not gonna.
I don't have a lot of skills.
Yeah, you do.
You're good at talking to people, right?
I have.
You're good at talking to adults, especially.
I mean,
This place is gonna be full of them.
it really depends on what officers are there because, if it's that one guy that does the traffic in the morning on Wednesdays, then I know that his son is on the basketball team and I could talk about that. But if it's the lady, then I don't know what to talk to her about. But then, if it's Lawrence, actually, I could probably talk to him about the Cubs season coming up, actually. So it really depends on which adult it is.
Don't they all like sports?
I have found that is not the case.
Oh. I just thought that was what all adults were into. Okay.
Well, none of
That's
us are
fair.
particularly well versed for any of this. I don't think there is any one skill that you can possess to make you good at sneaking through a fully staffed police station in the middle of the day.
Oh, I'm
Do
pretty
it at
good sneaking
night.
around. People don't always notice me. I'm small.
And if we do it at night, there's a lot less people at the station, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
We get that. Everyone has chocolate sprinkles. Everyone needs to have chocolate sprinkles on them at all times. We need that. And
But like
I think
extra
at this
chocolate
point-
just in case.
I think at this point, what we can do is like, how we did like the mall montage scene.
Mhm.
What would each of your characters within the next couple of days be grabbing or learning or doing to prepare for this break-in?
Darcy would be trying on every door she knows out of the card thing.
that's gonna be Tinker all the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Darcy, important.
Darcy, because we're saying that it's a couple days. Go ahead and roll me a tinker check.
Oh no. This girl is good at stealth. She is not good at a lot of other things. Oh god.
And
this
you
is
do
gonna
have
go horribly.
luck as well.
I do have luck. I'm gonna use a luck.
Oh damn! Oh, I guess you have multiple lucks. I forgot.
I have
Yeah.
like
She's got
Oh, yeah.
3. Well, now she's
I
got 2.
do. Now I'm down to 2. We're gonna see. I will probably give up if this one doesn't work, but 1 success.
Okay.
Totally.
So make a note that the next time that you try to tinker, specifically when it comes to picking locks, you can get a +1 additional die to your pool.
Perfect. Anybody ever has heard me say I always play a different character that turns into a rogue? I think this just proved it.
I mean, she's already like wearing lots of black stuff too, right? So
And stealth is her big thing. Like I'm good. She's good at stealth. So it's not.
Mhm.
Anyways,
it's perfect.
that's what Darcy does that, and she probably also pretends like she tries to draw different configurations of what she thinks the police station will look like, but none of them are probably accurate. It's a lot of
Probably
fake
not.
blueprints.
Mhm.
So many fake blueprints. It's gonna be great. That's what Darcy does over the next couple days.
Okay. Silas, what have you been doing?
I think Silas would, not necessarily the entire time, but would love to talk to Ashley about being better at hitting things just in case shit goes down. So yeah, I think if possible, I mean, neither of us are like fighters, but you're better at swinging a baseball bat than he is.
Could we get away with going to like the batting cages?
Oh,
Having
Yeah,
an afternoon of
absolutely.
that?
Mm-hmm. Batting
Nice.
cages were a big thing back in the 80s, 90s. Not so much anymore, sadly. I lament. So Silas, if you're going to be practicing that, go ahead and roll me a force check.
While they're
No,
making
okay.
small no. While they're making small talk at the batting cages, though, Ashley is absolutely going to try to get info about their relationship, see how that's going.
Please go ahead. We'll do this scene.
So yeah, so they're hanging out, and I think they're probably taking turns. So, and Ash does not want to distract Silas, so Ash is gonna wait till it's her turn, so she doesn't make eye contact with him. So she's just, swinging away. So how's it going with Ritter?
What?
You know.
Oh, it's it's whatever. It's fine. What do you mean?
How's it going with Ritter? Like, do you like him? Do you like him? Like, how's it going?
It's, um, eh,
Dude, Ritter is so much better at talking about this than you are. Because he likes you.
yeah, obviously I do, but it's whatever. It's
Leans on a baseball bat and it probably slips out from under him slightly.
All right, cool.
I
I just asked because we're kind of like part of the original team, and you and I don't really talk all that much anymore. So
No, I don't mean. I just we're always so busy working the case. I don't know. How have you been?
I don't think I have a concussion, which is nice because I haven't thrown up at all. Your turn.
It's Is there something?
Silas just sits down and like,
Is there something that you're supposed to do when you are like Ritter and me? I don't know what to do or what I am doing. I just
Dude, do you think I know what I'm doing? I'm asking you because you seem to have your shit figured out.
I don't know. I do really like him. I don't know what you are meant to do or where you are meant to go, or I just figured that you would know more because you seem to know a lot more about a lot of things.
I think you're just meant to be happy.
I just wish that all of this was over so I
Yeah.
could think about anything else.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pushed.
No, I need to. Ritter is so good at talking to people, and I'm really not good at talking to people, even the people that I know and that I love. And I need to.
He said the L word, Ash.
Yeah, the
Yeah, he
eyebrows went
did.
up. So you know then.
Know what?
How you feel?
I think that he just like he like like heavy breathes and sighs, and then just starts like really rapid fire, really loudly, like just rambling shit off in Swedish. Just like babbling on and on and on because like he doesn't know how to say it in English, but he's just kind of like gushing at this point, and you have no idea what the fuck he's saying, but he's like letting it out and probably like getting kind of glossy about it, and then just like stops to breathe, and he goes, "You don't speak. I'm sorry."
It's okay. Did that feel better?
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like I shouldn't be, but I am. I don't agree with Ritter's decision that we should bring his mother into this. I don't want him to lose his mother too.
Yeah. Is that one of our parents
Yeah, that was
coming
me.
to pick us
Goddamn
up?
It's my dad.
Yeah, actually, your mom is here, and she's been waiting out there for 20 minutes. Like, let's
Oh.
go.
It's 9:40. It's time to honk.
Yeah, I guess that's my mom. I didn't tell my mom. I mean, I think you were right. I think this is a terrible idea, and I think that we're probably gonna get her in trouble. So,
Well, I guess we can just hope for the best.
yeah. But also, I think it's not really a good idea to really, be mad at him about it.
I'm not mad.
think-
I'm just he doesn't know what it feels like to.
He doesn't know what it feels like to lose his mom, but he knows what it feels like to never have a dad.
Silas really thinks about that because he hadn't considered that really.
But we're a team. So even if we don't agree with the decisions, we still have to back the play.
I think he just gets up and he kind of hugs you from he tries to hug you like around your midsection when he's still sitting, but then he just gets up and kind of slides up you a little bit.
Wow.
And I'm wearing a windbreaker, so it's like crunchy.
God, awful.
You all know what that sounds like.
Mm. Like nails on a
just kinda,
chalkboard.
like, awkwardly, like, pat. I think it's
Right.
cool that you guys found each other so easily. So I'm gonna go. That's my mom. Bye.
Oh yes, okay. I'll be here, I suppose, working on my swing.
Choke up.
What?
Walks away.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right, so Ashley, what is for like your montage?
Oh, yeah, I'll be
because
quick.
you're already good at
I-
body. What would Ashley be doing this in the meantime?
I am hoping to, at school, find a fellow student who is doing a like chocolate bar sale for some thing.
Yes.
And
theater
ask
club
them-
needs costumes.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna find this kid that's selling chocolate bars and promise him, that I'll sell all of his bars for him if he gives me his sign-up sheet and his bars.
All right. Roll charm.
Oh crap! I thought you were gonna say contact. Oh well.
Oh.
This is fine. This is fine. This is good. I can do charm.
Well, we. Oh, you got it. You good?
Yes, I got 2 successes. Yes, we're good.
Oh dang! Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, thank God, this is like really lame. Here, and just like hands you the box and everything, and it's got all the paperwork and stuff inside.
Cool.
Just leave it in my locker.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Bye.
Thanks.
That's all I needed.
Okay. Very nice. Very
Gonna
nice.
go to the police station and sell chocolate bars for the high school.
Ooh, very clever. Are you doing that before you all go together?
Oh. I don't know. I think that's just part of one of Ashley's backup plans for if the distract. Like, I think I'm gonna do that as part of the thing.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Ritter, what have you been up to? You have a couple days.
There are 2 things that have been sitting on Ritter's mind. One, hopefully the easier, is to hopefully try to finagle something to give Sal a little bit more integrity with the whir hand and the chompy chomp. He wants to try to help him have functioning arms and or hands by whatever means necessary that he has in and around the basement. That's the first thing. So that way, if Sal is more functional, Sal might be able to do things on his own, because it seems that that's what Sal always kind of does anyway, but Sal's always been very limited in what they do. So I want to try to do that first off.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and just have your roll tinker.
Does somebody want to give me another success?
Oh.
It's a shame you don't have any luck.
I don't. Would I consider Sal my friend? Do I waste it on my? Do I waste my pride now?
Darcy says yes, but Darcy loves Sal.
I mean, how much?
Darcy is biased.
How much of us?
So biased.
How much of a stretch is it that like? Are you doing this at your house or in our bunker?
This is probably he probably kept Sal at this point to kind of do things at home.
Okay.
Kind of to get Cece acclimated to this little dude that's here. So probably like messing with all of his like his musical equipment and stuff like that. But shit.
Alas.
I'm going to say that he does not do that. I don't know if he makes things worse, but
How many dice did you roll for that?
4.
Okay. I'm rolling.
Oh no.
Okay. You did not make it worse. You took apart the egg beating arm, and because you weren't really sure how the mechanical trigger was working for the T-Rex arm. So you were a little like iffy about touching that, but the egg beater seemed pretty self-explanatory. And you just, once you took it off, you're like, oh God, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is way more complicated than I thought. And you're like, well, if I just do this and I put it back here and there's a screw missing or left, but it's fine. You can still use your arm, right, Sal? And Sal uses the arm. And that's, that's how that went.
I assume that this is kind of like another blow to his ego and him thinking like, what can I even do? I can't do anything, and everyone else is so much better at everything. And he flops back onto the floor and he's staring at the ceiling. And the other thing that I wanted to do, and you can cut this off early if this has nothing to do with anything. The Derricor pool with the water and all of the patterns and whatnot came onto it. That was done through sound vibrations using the mechanism, right? With the sliders and stuff like that. Correct?
Correct. Mhm.
I think Ritter knows that there is sound frequencies that the Derricor respond positively to. He's going to ask Sarah, or perhaps demonstrate with Sarah, if there are certain audio frequencies that they respond negatively to, like horribly negatively to.
Okay.
To see if
sure.
he can either replicate something like that with his voice or using his awesome bass guitar. Something like that.
We use the energy from the crystals, but again, the crystal that you saw here was not from our world. Perhaps manufactured by Synergy, though the frequencies used, yes, we would assume that perhaps a different wavelength could be disruptive, could be harmful, though we have not experienced that ourselves.
He's still staring at the ceiling. He's like, okay, is there... Sarah, I don't want to hurt you or anything like that, but is there any way we can like experiment with this kind of stuff? Like I got like, and again, he sits up and he kind of like points off towards his giant record collection. I've got like everything under the sun that we could try. And I just want to do something right for the group. Like if I'm not useful, like they're gonna like kick me out and Silas will like break up with me. And
Sarah just stares at you awkwardly because that's teenage stuff. And
inside Sarah would understand.
Right. So like, you know, that like lost over look that she gets as she's like trying to like pull back some of Sarah's memories. And she will like reach out and place, you know, her cold hand on your shoulder and say, your friend loves you very much. You could be as foolish as you wish, and they would still care for you. You have a purpose here. Anything you do will be better than nothing, which is what we Derricor have done. So no more. If we will help, you will help.
I know, I guess it just sucks when you can't do everything right, or you're not like good at anything. Like I'm only good at music, you know, like I thought I could be like an actor, that didn't work out, and I thought I could be a musician, and I don't know how that's working out. I just want to just do something right. So if we could try to figure out this frequency thing, and if somehow I can replicate it, maybe that'll help. But I just don't want to hurt you at all, because like I'm like your knight. I'm supposed to take care of you and stuff.
You are like the Ninja Turtles. You are
like
the...
All of them?
No. You are the orange one.
Yeah, Michael, I get that a lot.
And we are your Splinter. Do not forget, we are very capable.
Can I cut in to
Yes.
say, turns out you were
Yeah.
wearing orange the whole time.
On the inside.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Fucking. Mm. Well, yeah, as Sarah kind of says that, and he's like, yeah, but we also don't want anything bad to happen to you, so if we can all work together into helping you, and you help us, then that'll be great. And kind of like he gets up and he goes over to like his music selection, and he starts like going over everything, and he's like, all right, I got like this one like this EP from this new band called Dream Theater that hasn't like, they haven't dropped an album yet, but they do like a lot of like super experimental stuff.
So I think you can go ahead and like play some weird music for Sarah. But she's gonna kind of stop you. She'll be like, why use me as your experimental base? You could return to your base of operations and experiment there. We cannot see waves. Human eyes are not meant for that.
Right, but if it affects you on the inside, kind of like how the chocolate affected you on the inside, I guess that's what I was kind of going for. But no, you're right. I guess that's stupid. Okay, I have to move all the stuff to the bunker. And he like looks over to all of the records and then the stereo that needs to move, and he's like, oh shit. But if Sarah does not want to be the guinea pig, then I guess, yeah, he would have to spend the next couple days moving stuff into that chamber to try to experiment at any cost to figure out what frequency is gonna freak out the Daracor / Avani.
Okay. I would like you to go ahead. Oh, this is a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Tinker. This is going to be close to Program
Even worse.
or
yes.
Comprehend. I would do one or the other.
Comprehend I probably would do better at, even though I don't have any things in it. One success.
Hey, okay, cool. That's good. So here's what you get from that. You do notice that there are multiple reactions, but you're not too sure which sound kind of seems to be most impactful, especially because Sarah isn't there. She does not want to be part of the experiment because she does not want actual Sarah to get hurt. But you do see a difference in the pools. So the next time that you attempt to use, or like from here on out, use audio frequencies or a shift in different audio frequencies against Daracor or Avani or at the pools, you get a +1 die.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And real quick though, shout out to Snow Dogs. Thank you so much for those bits. You actually activate another wild magic surge, and we're gonna actually go ahead and spend the time to do that because Tabletop Loot donated earlier. Thank you so much for that, Tabletop Loot. And Snow Dogs just donated now. So we actually have to go through 2 wild magic surges. Which is amazing.
2 hedge mazes sprout from the ground.
No, just have the Daracor go crazy and it possesses me. There, that fixes everything.
There we
Me
go.
going
We're
alone.
good. I don't know. Crow
Yeah.
Notebook turned out great the last time.
This is awesome. So this is the wild loop surges made by Snow Dogs, and in order to pick something, I believe there's a list of like 21 or 20 or 21 things to pick from. You roll a 4d6 and that effect is going to happen. So Snowdog's picked the number 3. So Ritter, that is you. Please go ahead and roll me a 4d6 and let me know the outcome.
Come on, can't I just eat the Derricore and just be done with it? Like 17.
Can't I just eat the Derricore?
17.
17. Okay.
Can that be our new motto? Can I just eat the Derricore?
Right.
Okay, wow, this is actually super helpful. So this is called pull a homer. What would normally be a failure could be a success if the player can convince me how the failure actually results in a success. So you're basically allowed to argue to get one success.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool.
You got
this.
Yeah.
Cool.
I could definitely pull a homer.
Yeah.
All right, so I have renumbered everybody again. Gizmo, how about you give us pick a number 1 through 4, which you'll probably
never let Gizmo pick anything.
Yeah, seriously. Always scared.
Oh, I love this. This is
Okay.
Oh, all right. Oh, sorry, Ashley.
It's okay. It'll
This one's
stop
for
me.
you. Go ahead and roll me a
gummy worms.
46.
Eat the Derricore.
14. That's how old I am.
14.
Aw.
Okay, this is called Blame It on the Rain.
Oh, these names. Oh,
I know,
I
this is-
love it. I love this so
Great
much.
job with this.
it probably is the rain's fault. Fuck the rain.
Kiz was trying to get
Oh, I love it. Oh, this is so great. So the next time that a player tries to use their charm, so Ashley, the next time that you try to use charm, lead, or a heart skill, the lamest song starts up on the radio or a nearby speaker.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? Is gonna come through sound again.
Hello, darkness,
And-
my old
yeah,
friend.
this is great.
Today.
And you have to sing along word for word.
Oh, fuck.
And then you
All right.
must re-roll your 2 highest dice rolled. So like you'll
my
still
God.
roll,
Okay.
to see if you're successful, but your highest dice, you have to re-roll it again. I'm assuming because you are distracted by the song that comes on the radio.
Oof.
Okay.
And you have a radio with you at all times. So this
Yep.
is awesome.
This is
Yep, I do.
brilliant.
Snow Dogs, you are a genius. We're gonna add a bunch of stuff to this. This is fantastic. Thank you so
Right.
much. Big cut out to Snow Dogs. So well, there you go. That's our wild magic surge.
Okay, so
This is
should
great,
I eat the Derricore or not?
If you
It's
eat
up
the
to
Derricore, I quit this fucking show.
The early bird gets the Derricore. That's the new
What if
saying,
it's
right?
helpful?
No.
I mean, Derricore, Avani, whatever it is, will know
Yeah.
everything you know. But also, it'd be cool. Just saying.
How desperate is he? Is there like a role for like to resist doing something?
Please no. Please don't do this to me. If you value me as a friend outside this game, please don't do this.
We will talk after the game and make the roll after the game concludes, if you so
Okay.
choose. Okay?
I'm in trouble.
So-
You're right, Giz.
You've
Michael?
all had a couple days now.
Michael, we gonna pull a
figure-
fire? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. Darcy's with me.
Is that the best thing, though?
Such anger.
You also just taught the 12-year-old how to break into things.
I did, yeah. I'm a bad person.
I'm not
Realize
coming
when
back.
she's a teenager, it's gonna be awful.
I Michael, come back. I
Silas
didn't
doesn't
eat it
show
yet.
up to the
Silas
rendezvous.
is
He's like,
done.
Yes.
Considering Darcy's also debated eating it, like she can't judge Ritter.
it's tempting, isn't it? Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Could give you superpowers? Like,
If you're gonna eat it, just make sure you chew.
God.
No, this is like an oyster. You just take it back, right?
It's like a shot.
It's like a shot.
no thanks.
Anyway.
Grossed out now.
We all reconvene.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go ahead. You are heading to the police station. Your mom, I'm assuming Ritter, is gonna drive you?
Yeah, are we going to do the whole scared straight thing, or is she just dropping us off?
Well, that's up to you.
Hmm.
What is the plan?
I think if my mom drags me around and we try to distract Officer McDonald, then the rest of you can act.
Oh my gosh, that is really good though.
I have a way to also help with distracting and kind of keeping a lookout. If that's cool. Because I don't really think that I'm gonna help much with sneaking.
All right, Ashley, if you think that is,
What?
if you have a plan, then
What's your
we
plan,
will go with
Ashley?
it.
Well, the ones that don't get distracted by what Ritter is doing, I'm gonna sell them chocolate. I got chocolate from the theater company, and it's sort of actually, I didn't really think about this very hard until just now, but I realized that if they really, really, really don't want chocolate, that also could be a clue.
Yeah.
Or they're allergic to chocolate.
Who's allergic
Or
to chocolate?
that. No.
That's not a thing.
It's not real. It's not real.
What if none of them buy it?
Buy the story or buy the chocolate?
Both.
Then it was a stupid plan, and no one's
We're in
surprised.
trouble. I'm mostly worried if nobody buys chocolate. Because that's just bad then for the theater group,
Yeah.
but also for us.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go in. I have a map. It's going to be great.
Okay, hold on, Darcy. Okay, so you're gonna sneak in. You're gonna try to get Silas into the office, and
Yeah.
Sai.
Who
I'm gonna
who's
look over to
taking
him.
Sal. Are we taking Sal? He's our bad thing detector, but like, I don't have a black backpack.
I got a black backpack. He can sit in my backpack, but I mean, if anything, maybe he should go with you, Silas.
Yeah.
Because if he can hack into the computers and stuff like that. I'm sorry,
Yes,
I couldn't get his arms to work, so
It's fine. I'm sure that if there's any information he can give, he can pass it along to one of us.
Mhm.
Ritter, what were you about to say if we got into the office?
I would say you have to be the one to try to get the information to see what's in there. I'll try to keep him distracted as long as possible. Because I don't want either of you to get caught.
All right. We'll wait for your signal then.
Okay.
Both of you.
Yeah.
What's the code word for that?
Pineapple.
That's too long.
I was going to say papaya, so I think we're both in the wrong headspace.
Mango! Let's go with that.
The weirdos are definitely going in the wrong direction.
Just listing tropical fruits.
I went back to pizza, guys. Like,
Actually, you know what? Pizza might be a better word because people say pizza all the time. People don't say pineapple all the time or papaya. I don't think I've even had a papaya.
I don't think I have either. I don't know where I heard it.
Is that a made
I
up
say
word?
pineapple for my pizza. So
Maybe. I don't even know if it's English.
I don't
think it
I
is.
don't think so. We can ask my mom
No.
later, but let's just say pizza.
Okay.
Okay. Pizza.
So pizza. If we hear the word pizza, that means go sneak in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hear the word pizza from Ritter or Ashley, not any of the police, if they happen
Yeah,
to be
and then-
talking about lunch, they're not in on this.
They're not in on this order.
Right. Okay.
So if I think I've got them distracted, I'll talk about how
You like pizza?
the chocolate will also go to a theater team pizza party.
hmm
Something
Good.
like that.
Okay.
Right. And I'll just tell my mom that I just want some za. So but I'll say pizza, even though I'm used to saying za.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Everyone's
if you
like weird
hear,
Californian.
oh yeah, and if you hear Silas or I say pizza, it means get out.
Right.
We're emergency pizza.
A super emergency pizza.
We should get some emergency pizza for the
We
bunker.
should.
Do we
Or
have
how-
to do the heist today, or can we go to Domino's?
I'm so glad I actually had pizza for dinner tonight. Otherwise, I'd be so upset right now.
I know, right? I kind of wish we had pizza too.
No, you're terrible.
No, we'll have pizza for Victory Pizza later.
Pineapple.
If you can all get away with this, Cece says, I will buy you as much pizza as you want.
Really?
Ready,
See?
your mom's
Yes.
the best.
I know,
I
she's
know.
like wicked cool. And like no one says that about their parents. Like in our high school, everyone says like super mean things about our parents.
I'm not in your high school, so I don't know.
Neither am
Yeah.
I, so
My mom's nice.
Well,
My dad's an
Scott.
asshole.
My Nana's really
same.
sweet.
Supposedly my dad's an asshole. Looks at Cece pointedly.
Your dad's an asshole.
Okay.
Asshole.
No!
Where were you?
God damn it.
Yeah!
Oh no!
Having flashbacks to the comic.
Silas just beats up Ritter, and that's how the session ends. Mm.
Just wide eyes at Ritter as we cut to whatever the next fucking scene is supposed to be.
So good. All right. You're starting your plan. Who's up first?
It's so fucked.
We're gonna die.
There we go, guys.
Hard.
Yeah, I guess come on, Mom. Let's start the distraction.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make this like
And-
super serious. Like maybe I did like more than just smoking. Not that I did. I totally didn't. But more reason for you to be mad at me. Okay?
Don't worry, Ritter. I've got this. And like she
Oh,
gets
no.
out of the car and she yanks you by the collar and
Ow.
just bursts into the police station. I need to speak with an officer right now.
Oh no. Mom, what the hell? He tries to turn around and like tries to act like, you know, all affronted by this.
You might be I mean, she's yanking you hard. Like
Mm.
this might be a real actual lesson.
Oh no.
You kind of get the point of. And so you walk into the into the police station, and it's one story. It's really not big. I mean, the town is relatively small, and there's multiple stations for the whole county. But this is the one that that I was gonna say Professor McGonagall. What the fuck, brain?
Harry Potter, you're a wizard, Ritter.
Who said there can't be magic in Tales from the Loop?
I'm so excited. This is great.
Chief
Beautiful.
McDonald's. He works there at that particular station. There are 3 desks that are kind of like slightly V-shaped in the building itself. It's kind of dim in there. Not all the lights are on. It's nighttime, so it's not fully staffed. They don't need to have it bright ass lit up all over the place. And you notice there are only 2 people that are sitting at each of the desks. I know. I'm chuckling too, Michael. Thanks. Thank you, Dave. And they've got their big ass box monitor sitting on top of like a huge, personal computer box that's like set off to the side underneath the desk. There's a big phone unit, clearly for like dispatch uses. So there's like a bunch of billion little buttons all over it. And a couple radio scanners here and there. Obviously, there's paperwork and filing cabinets all over the place. Excuse me. And one of the officers steps up and looks to your mom. Ma'am, is everything okay? Can I help you? And she like thrusts you towards the desk and makes you sit in one of the chairs that are just kind of like waiting there. She pulls out a baggie from her jacket pocket and slams it on his desk. And he looks like down and looks back up to the mom and then looks to you.
What is it? What is it?
It is a baggie full of marijuana.
Okay, good. I was hoping. I was worried it was going to be white substance. So okay.
And she just starts going off on the officer. I just caught my son with this. He's trying to sell to all of the kids at high school. Like, you need to lock his ass up right the F now. Like, how dare he think he could get away with this in my house? We didn't come all the way over from Romania for this shit to happen. Like, I mean, tearing you a new one in front of the officer. That it has the other person standing up now, kind of like, oh, this is good. Usually the night shift's a little boring sometimes. Not as much goes on occasionally. And so he kind of just comes over and he's leaning over on the desk just like, they're incredibly engaged with Ritter and Cece right now, as she is just going off. What's everybody else doing?
I'm in shock.
I'm not needed yet. Where are the rest of us? Are we waiting outside?
I would assume we're trying to wait outside, but close enough that we could like kind of still hear, if that's at all possible, or like seeing if we can see into a window or something.
You could probably see into a window.
Okay.
And you just see Cece commanding the room. These 2 officers, one's leaning on the desk just like trying to hide laughter, and the other one like, yes, this is serious. And Ritter, what do you look like right now?
He's shocked.
As far as you're gonna get booked for possession and distribution.
I mean, it's for the greater good. But he's kind of just staring down at the bag and how big it is, and he's just kind of going in his head based on all the people that he knew in California, and he's just like, that's worth so much money. How did she get that? Like, he's like, it's like the mathematical equation meme, but it's about the weed. He's almost like forgotten what the mission was for a brief moment, but like he kind of like just tries to like look away as she's screaming in his face and away from the officers, and he's kind of like trying to glance to see if our infiltrators are kind of making their way.
So
Yeah, I think Darcy and Ashley, you can see through the window, Ritter kind of like looking back, towards you, and you just make that eye contact that you totally get that like this is under control.
He mouths
Okay.
pizza.
There you go.
I think that I'll go in, and if they notice me, which they might not, maybe they'll just notice me, and then you guys come in behind me and kind of go around to the side. There's like a desk over there. Okay.
Ashley, do you have like a wagon that you're carting this chocolate in?
I kind of just figured it was just like a big box.
Okay.
That works.
Cool.
Hey.
Yeah, I think that works. You just come in and we try to like duck behind you as much as possible.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ashley will walk in. A point of whatever. She's clean, and she's cleaned her like sports jacket so that she looks less scary.
Presentable.
Yes. So yeah, clipboard in one hand, big old box in the other, and pushes her way through the door.
Okay. And because you're not trying to be stealthy about it, right?
Right. I'm
Okay.
just-
The officer that was just kind of like leaning in, listening to Ritter get his ass chewed out, looks up, sees you enter, and gets a little serious for a second. Can I help you?
Ashley is going to try her very best to seem like she is very surprised about all this yelling. I'm here from the high school. I'm selling chocolate bars, but maybe this is a bad time.
I think he's harmless. I don't know about her. Here. Come over here. Let's see what you got.
Okay. Yeah. So I am helping the theater group sell these chocolate bars. There's no peanut butter left because they were really good. But there's caramel and regular chocolate left if you're interested.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Half the station will eat this. Let me see what you got. And he starts like rummaging through the box, and he's like, oh, this one. Oh, they'll love this. They'll love this.
Okay. While he's rummaging, can we start trying to sneak past now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me some sneaks.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to roll.
Don't fail.
1 success.
Yeah.
Okay.
3
Why
dice,
the-
1 success.
6 dice, 1 success.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take it.
Very nice. Okay.
I'm so mad at myself for not doing like a lead check to give you guys bonuses before we do this. I always
shit.
forget
Okay,
that part.
If you had failed the
Okay.
lead roll, we all would have been hating each other.
Well,
I
we
guess
still
that's-
have
We've
to.
been
We
arguing.
still have to do like more stealth stuff. So I'm sure that'll come into play.
There's time.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't know when that'll definitely come into play, but keep it in mind. You two seem to be going in unnoticed. The one officer is very much engaged with Cece, and Ashley has the other whose back is totally turned to you all. What are you doing?
Heading towards. So Darcy is mentally thinking of the map that she drew and realizing none of this lines up.
I love
Unless
it.
it
No, not at all.
does. Perfect. Oh, okay.
So she is
You
going
did
to.
not have a prophetic dream. A blink cat wasn't there.
Yeah, so I just drew this really stupid. It's got like 6 desks in there and like 3 rooms. She's like, I have no idea. So it's mostly like looking around as I try to sneak like under a table or something like that as much as I can, to see if I can find any doors that might lead to somewhere important, especially if it's got like a nameplate on it.
Yeah,
Especially
so
if it says McDonald's.
there's a hallway if you get past the desks, and if you go down the hallway, you will be out of sight from the officers that are currently there, and there is definitely several doors that are lined up. One is very clearly Chief McDonald. The assistant chief has an office. Like the fire marshal actually has an office there as well. There's obviously the mess hall. If you keep walking down, there are 2 doors that say employees only. One of them does have like a marking on it. And then there's like a storage closet, a bathroom. And if you look down the hall to the opposite side of the area, there's another hallway, and that's where like the holding cells are for like the overnight stays for criminals before they're shipped off.
There. So I'm gonna go to McDonald's door, and can I like listen and see if I hear anything?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigate.
Okay.
I'm following her.
Mhm.
I have Sal in the backpack.
1 success. Exciting.
All right. Yeah, you don't hear anything. There doesn't appear to be a light on. There is a big like glass like window
Frosted
in this
glass
wooden
thing?
door. Yeah, exactly.
frosted, yeah.
So you can't see into the room, but there are no lights on at all.
Okay. Can I try to open the door? Like just gently. Is it
It
locked?
doesn't. It's totally locked. Yeah.
All right. We're trying my trick. We're trying what I have trained to do. Which means I need to roll Tinker.
Oh, is Sarah with you?
Oh, it's a great
Is she
question.
coming with?
Oh,
Oh God, I hope not.
Oh,
please
God.
Please tell me we locked her in the car.
No, I
think
don't
we
think
left her.
she gets to come.
Oh, but she follows us anywhere we go.
It's true. She just shows
Don't
up.
do this. Oh,
She's actually
God.
one of the holding cells.
Okay, so did you leave her instructions to stay in the car?
If she had to be in the car, but like,
Darcy wouldn't
if
go.
anything, Ritter would have told her to stay home. Like Ritter would
Based
have
on the
begged.
conversation she had with you, Ritter,
Yeah.
she would not have stayed home.
Oh no.
Chloe told her to do something.
Yeah. Okay.
So you assume she's home? If we left her at home.
Okay. Well, if we're basing it off that conversation, then he would have pinned her hair up, put it in a hat, to try to create as much of a disguise as he possibly could, because this is dangerous territory for Sarah. He probably would have said, okay, you're going to please stay in the car for at least 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. And then if we don't come out by then, I want you to cut the power to the building.
We understand.
That way we can get out.
Okay.
And we crack a window for her.
Yes. She has a non chocolatey snack.
And her favorite songs on the radio and the air conditioner's going.
It's March. This is Chicago winter still. It's cold as fuck.
I like that we're treating her like a pet, though, in the car.
Well, like you do.
Like you do.
Okay, so that door is locked.
Okay, so Darcy's gonna pull out the card that she's been practicing with all week. Try to,
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Go,
oh,
young
gosh.
Padawan.
Okay.
and I got a
Then you
plus
get a-
1.
You
Yeah.
get a +1.
How much do I even have in this? Not a lot. Ah! 1 success!
Woof.
It's
Go-
that
go
one.
ahead and
Oh, okay.
Explain how you do this.
So, Darcy, she thinks like she's super secret agent at this point now. She's convinced of this. And so she takes the card out and she's just and she's playing with it and trying to be as subtle as possible and just kind of works and jimmies the door to try to get it open, to like move what would be the locking mechanism over enough so she can get the card in there so she can pull the door open.
So the building, because it is wintertime, it's old. A lot of this town is just old. So the wooden frame on the wooden door have kind of contracted a bit. So you have, just enough room to get that card in. And you are able to push the mechanism that unlocks the door.
We're in.
And then I slowly open the door and peek in.
I do have to say, I'm slightly disappointed. This is the 1980s, and none of you have walkie-talkies.
They're
Yeah, I was
loud.
thinking about that too. They're also loud.
Just sad. I'm
Yeah,
sad.
they're loud.
But it
Next
works in the
adventure.
movies.
None of us are
We're on a
happy,
heist.
though. This isn't Stranger Things, Gnome.
Other
just
shows and
scared.
movies have
Far as possible.
them.
We're-
It's fine.
We're currently playing Ocean's 11, not Stranger Things. Therefore,
It's Mission Impossible now.
You guys are great.
yeah.
The
With
loop
Darcy, yeah.
technology interferes with walkie-talkie waves, so you can't use them near the loops. So there.
Ha ha ha.
There you go. Acceptable answer.
I love
You
it.
pulled a
Bet you didn't
homer.
know that. I bet you didn't know that about your own
Mhm.
tech.
Nope, had no idea. I don't know anything that we're doing at all.
Stranger Ocean's Impossible. I love it. Is the new title for it.
That's the name of Little Busters from now on.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, Darcy,
Perfect.
Silas, you are uninhibited. You are able to get into Chief McDonald's office. It's dark.
That's okay.
You
I'm
got
fucking
flashlight.
chuffed, to be honest. I'm thrilled. I think as soon as we get in there, I think we like close the door and maybe lock it behind us if the lock
Yeah.
isn't broken.
Mhm.
I mean,
Nope,
it
it's not
shouldn't
broken.
be, yeah. And immediately, as soon as we're clear, I like heave the backpack off and it like thunks to the ground. I'm like, how do you carry this around with you?
Oh, but he's light. He's actually not that heavy.
Yeah, I know. It's you watch him.
Okay.
Stretching his shoulders out. Can I roll an investigate with my flashlight watch?
Yes, yes, you can.
Yes.
Oh God, so many dice.
I know. It was
10
great.
dice, 1 success.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, Michael, you know the drill.
I got my cheat sheet. What is hidden here and where is it?
Okay. So there are actually three things, I'm sorry, hidden here. I would like you to roll. Well, you don't have a 1d3, but do you have a d4 on you?
I mean, I have a D6.
Okay, roll a d6 until you get a 1, 2, or a 3.
2.
Okay. Oh God. So Silas, you are looking around. You're wow, you rolled this.
Is it my mom? What is it?
That worries me.
You're shining your flashlight and You could still kind of hear the faint sounds of Ritter's mom just still going off in the background. And you're immediately looking at the desk. You're starting to go through any paperwork that's on top of the desk. You're looking around at bookshelves, maybe trying to find things with like a rose symbol on it. That's important. You've seen this strange, that alien writing that is unfamiliar, but you've seen it before, so you're like, you kind of know what to look for, even if you can't translate it. But nothing really sticks out to you. Because as you lift your wristwatch up and the light starts scanning the walls, and there's like certificates and Medal of Honor and all sorts of like achievements on the wall. There is a picture on the wall, and it's of Chief McDonald. He's looking younger, maybe a couple pounds lighter, and the other person that's there with him shaking his hand, and it's Dr. Rose. And underneath the picture that's framed is a newspaper clipping. So if you read through it, you kind of get the gist that Chief McDonald is actually awarding Dr. Rose a Civilian Lifesaver Award for his act of heroism in saving the life of Miss Helena Kristoff after she had a severe allergic reaction at the town hall Halloween party.
Can I get that name one more time?
Helena
Kristoff.
Kristoff.
All right. Well, we know one person who's alien.
Isn't that someone's
Okay.
last name?
Silas, do you find anything?
There is a newspaper clipping of Dr. Rose. He saved someone from an allergic reaction. Do you know the name Helena Kristoff at all?
I don't think I do. No, would Darcy for any reason? No.
No, Darcy wouldn't.
Sal, do you know Helena Kristoff?
Nope.
Sal, do you detect any bad things?
And Sal looks around. And looks back towards the door.
Like the door we came in?
Mm-hmm. Bad thing.
Fuck. No, that's Natalie, not Darcy. Uh-oh. Like bad thing on the other side of that door right now or in the hallway?
Hide.
No. Bad things near.
Okay.
Below.
Oh no. I thought so. We gotta get below.
So with that that question, what is hidden here and where is it? Do I find the other hidden things or just the one per question?
Oh yeah. So where is it? I'm so sorry. Thank you for saying that again. So you're still looking around, right? And you notice a picture on a bookshelf, and it is again of Chief McDonald, Dr. Rose, and all three of them are kind of like, arms around each other, standing in front of the hospital together. And there's a woman in the picture. Scott. Well, why don't you go ahead and explain what your mother looks like, Silas?
Okay. She is about probably 5 foot, maybe 5'1", very, very long blonde hair, like platinum blonde, and like the rosiest cheeks in the world. And blue eyes because Swedish.
The hair is actually shorter than you remember, but
Okay.
you will never forget your mother's eyes, let alone her rosy disposition. You can deduce that she goes now by the name Helena Kristoff.
Silas, are you okay?
Just staring at it.
What's in the photo?
I know who Helena Kristoff is.
You do?
Yes.
Who is it?
Someone who I thought was dead.
Oh. Well, yay, they're alive. Well, maybe alive. I don't know. Are they alive?
I don't think so.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take the photo, just like frame and all, and just take it.
Shove it in the backpack.
Yeah. Silas would know better, but he's not. He's not thinking right now.
Darcy kind of just like watches you do it. She's like, I feel like that's supposed to. Okay. He's older. He knows better.
I also want to say I have been wearing my gloves the whole time.
Oh, good.
I should have said that before we started.
I think that's pretty canon for the character, especially in a mission like this. They might not be as iconic item, but
Right.
this is real detective work right now.
Yeah.
Does the picture give us any clues, Silas, as to where we gotta find the downstairs? I mean, we could just try to follow Sal's nose towards the bad things, but
Perhaps, but I have the feeling that there is something else here that needs to be found.
okay.
And do I find where that third hidden object is?
That's not that you've only accessed one of the potential hidden things in this room.
Roll investigate.
Well,
Can
so I
Darcy?
get two
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You get 2 questions. Oh, was that not 2 questions?
That's phrased
That's
as
two
one
questions.
question in the book.
Oh. Well, then what's your other question?
I would like to ask, what is hidden here and where is it?
You son of a bitch! No, that's fine.
Playing the game.
Beep, 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 doop. I need you to roll me a d6, odds or evens.
Odd.
Odd. Okay. You notice that on the desk is an envelope. And the only reason that it sticks out to you, and it is so hard for you to focus right now with the information that you just obtained. So you're kind of desperate to just focus on the mission. You do notice that there is an envelope that is addressed to the FBI.
Oh no.
Is it sealed?
It's not sealed. It's full, but it is not sealed.
Okay, I take it out and I read it.
Okay, so after a couple of minutes, you gather from the some of the pages and whatnot that you've kind of been flipping through that there is a group known as the Cohesion that has kind of been placed on the FBI's watch list. They are known as an eco-terrorist group from the city of Chicago. And flipping through them even further, like it's just a lot of like, oh, they set some monkeys free from a lab, or they trashed this place. A lot of it is like anti-Rick Synergy stuff. So obviously it's of interest to the FBI. But there is a picture that's attached to one of the files. And it has the name scribbled under it, L'amour Daquan. And you know what Daquan looks like. But this is like a school photo. So they definitely grabbed it from when they attended school. And there is some basic information on them. And, it includes like, when they came to the United States. Where their parents work. There's also information about their father's murder. So it's quite a recent report about the findings of the murder of the father. And what's interesting though is that you read from the report that it looks like the police believe Daquan murdered their father. So that is why they are looking for more information. They believe that Daquan is dangerous, and so they reached out to the local town and wanted to know what information do you have on this person of interest that came from your town. There's some information on their mother's missing persons report, and that Daquan is now on the watch list of the FBI.
Wow. Do I take the letter or do I just put it back? Oh, God.
Man, now I know why we're going to Europe.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So Darcy's going to try to come with you, and then you tell her not to. Still going to break her heart. Darcy doesn't really... Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go. Oh, no, go. Do your thing, please.
Fuck me. I was just going to say, I have no idea what to do. There are no camera phones in the 80s. Can't just take a fucking picture of it. Okay, let me sneak to a fax machine real quick. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Silas, did you find anything?
Yes, there is information here. They are... This is all... As we suspected, Daquan's father was murdered. They're trying to cover it up, and they're trying to blame them for it.
Oh.
Now we know why Daquan left.
Oh. That's not good. Huh.
Is there some kind of a... Oh, God. I mean, you've told me this, so as a player, I remember the information, but would you make me roll some kind of something to remember it perfectly if I don't take it?
No. I think Silas is pretty calculating and smart enough that
Okay.
they're very detail oriented. You've played Silas as a person who looks at all of the little details of things. So no, I think you'd be able to recall the majority of this information.
God bless you.
Like the important parts.
I put the letter back in its envelope as set as I can set it where it was. But there's, that was my second question. So there's nothing else in this office.
Can Darcy take just a look around just to see if she sees anything weird or wonky or something that Darcy would pick up on anyways?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and
as the other
roll
weirdo. This is where I failed tonight. Yeah, never mind, 0 successes.
Ooh, okay. You do have luck.
I have 2 luck, guys. Is this
You've
where I
got
really
2
use it?
luck.
Find that last piece of information.
I know, because the problem is we still haven't found anything that leads us to the downstairs area, and that's what Darcy's been looking for. Oh, fine, I'm using a luck. Gotta go big or go home, right?
Luck
Okay.
favors the bulb.
Oh. Yeah, that like every time I like using luck, it works for me. Well, that's a one success, just one.
That's all you need. You get 2 questions.
Oh God, I don't have that cheat sheet in front of me.
The best question is, what is
what
hidden
is
here
hidden
and where is it?
What is hidden here and where is it? Let's start with that one.
Such a cheating question.
I love
No,
it
it's
though.
fine. It's a great question. So pertaining to the weird elements that Darcy is kind of used to looking for and ending up finding, you, as you're kind of looking around, you notice that on the telephone of Chief McDonald's desk are some like scribbled numbers that have little weird symbols by them, as if it was like a piece of paper and then it was just like taped on to like the base of the telephone.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers are 7673.
I just wrote that down. I think I found a passcode.
Very, very good job. Let me see. And I absorbed the information as well, so I know it.
Backups.
I think Silas just like gives you a really firm squeeze on the shoulder, like he's very, very proud, and does not know what to do next.
I think we'll pause there.
Okay.
I think we're just going to pause in general.
Whoa!
I think this is a good place to stop.
No, it's not. I don't think.
Well,
It's
have fun
9:50.
NPCing me.
I mean, we could go for a few minutes. You want to go for a few more minutes?
I think the channel might be like,
I
hey
know.
guys.
Oh, God damn it! What, is there a show after us?
No, but people need to go to
No.
bed.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I apologize
Wonderful engineer.
for my
Yeah,
hateful speech.
I think this is a good place to stop, because when we come
Okay.
back, we will flip to what Ashley and Ritter and Cece are up to
Oh,
on
gosh.
their end of things, while Darcy and Silas have been investigating Chief McDonald's office, and investigating quite successfully.
Yeah, with a little bit of luck.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes, you know what? That's little kids have luck. That's what that mechanic's there for, and it was used properly, and it came in handy. So,
This is why I went with the younger character. I really just wanted luck.
mm-hmm.
He was almost 10, guys.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. And it was a little anticlimactic for an ending and a place to stop, but there's still a lot to go through. Let's go ahead and do some outros. How was tonight's session? Where can people find you? All that fun stuff. And we will start with Natalie.
Hi! This is fun. I'm still laughing that I took this little weirdo and I've turned her into a rogue like I do every character I ever make. Doesn't matter what class they are, they end up as a rogue. So anyways, hi, my name is Natalie, also known as Chaotic Rogue on most of social media. Mostly find me on Twitter. That's where most of my ramblings are, and where to find me and all of that jazz. Obviously, I'm here. This weekend, I start a new stream, 5 p.m. Eastern, Gore of Ravnica on Jiro First, all I think is the channel. He's going to kill me because I don't get that right ever. I will have it posted on Twitter, though, where I'm playing a Vidalcan Bard, which is going to be the funniest, weirdest thing ever. because I don't do normal characters. And then Sunday is Legacy of Eldrin on Goldheart Gaming, where I play Valeria, this very strange little tiefling who also just likes to steal things but is not a rogue because that would be obvious. Mystical miscreant is what I've called her. Anyways. And then also I work with Mage College creating 5e content. I just have an article that I wrote that I think went up yesterday on creating tavern menus. And then Uncaged Anthology writer. Yeah, there's a lot going on in my life. It's just how it is. That's me!
And you're awesome because Uncaged is amazing.
It's a
Like,
lot.
it's super good. Super dang good.
Uncaged is so good. I am so happy with how that. Oh,
There's a lot
happy.
of stuff in it that I want to play. It's like I want to use.
Same.
But good job. Jules, what's up?
Great game. Super stressed out the entire time. Interested to find out more. I am very sad that I will not be here next week, but I am sure that you will be able to NPC Ritter perfectly well. Or I don't know, maybe he'll just get arrested and thrown into a prison
in the
cell.
holding cell.
And I guess we'll talk about eating aliens. You can find me over at Jackal and Hare. This Friday, I will be emceeing Monster Hearts. It'll be the second to the last session of this season as our Serpentine is about to get one of their adult moves. So be sure to check us out over there. If not, I'll be playing Monster Hearts next Tuesday of session 0 over at Pro Restarters channel. Other than that, if you do a lot of conventions, I'm going to Anime Detour as of tomorrow. So if you're in the Minneapolis area and you want artwork and whatnot, check me out over there.
Please do, because the artwork is amazing. The picture of Sal over way on yonder by Jules was actually drawn by Jules. And it's amazing. I love it.
I think that's the real reason why I failed my Tinker roll with Sal, because I did the artwork already. And if I changed it, I'd have to.
Like you just it was the first episode with the Sal art, and you would have changed what he looks like.
Mhm.
So good.
I mean, that's how these things work. It's always temporary. It's a role-playing game. And then we'll kick it back up to Michael. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
I'm sorry.
Also,
Not
you
sorry.
know what? Yeah, no, I know you're not. I'm not either, because I had a hell of a lot of fun. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael. I am the Dungeon Master and creator of the Dungeons, Dragons, and Dives podcast at DD Divescast on Twitter. It is a 5th edition adventure podcast that is exactly what it sounds like. The party follows around fantasy Guy Fieri looking for the mythical lost city of Flavortown. We just released episode 50 a couple of weeks ago. We got a couple more coming out that I am very excited about. We have almost officially wrapped kind of our current major arc that we're in. That's literally been like the last 25 episodes of the show so far. So I'm very, very excited for that. Thank you all for being the fucking best people to play with. This is my favorite thing of the week. And I have nothing else to say.
We love you, Michael. We stand so hard. And thank you for giving us Silas. Like, Silas is just a treasure.
Thank you to Jekyll and Hare in the Twitch for keeping Silas alive.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank my roommate. Thank my roommate for keeping him alive.
God bless Jesse.
God bless.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave Silas. Totally worked. Totally worth it.
It was a great campaign.
It was a short campaign. That was the first episode.
I know. Oh gosh. Don't remind me. Britt, how's it going? What's up?
Hi.
Where can we find you?
Oh, well, let's see. If you're going to be in the Boston area over the next couple of days, I'm going to be at PAX East. So that's very exciting. Other than that, I am in things. My brain is happening. Okay, Monday, I am on the Greyhawk channel for a D&D 5e game called The Liberation of Joff. Oh gosh, I think that's it right now, actually. Seasons are all kind of winding up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Wow,
I know
that
you
was the
went from
shortest
like
one I
having
had.
like a bajillion things. And
Well,
now,
the timing all like kind of. I have something that's starting on Tuesday, but it hasn't been announced yet, so it'll be. Yeah, I'll talk about it later.
Cool. Well, we are excited to see what you are up to. Thank you so much for playing. My name is Nomadic, and you can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Nomadic. Name is down there somewhere in the thing. I obviously am the GM here for the Tales from the Loop game. I also play on a podcast. Gosh, I really can't speak tonight. Podcast / live stream that also magically airs on Wednesday evenings called Rise of the Demigods, where we play a 5th edition version of Dungeons & Dragons set in the world of Calgoon. Created by the wonderful Aram. And I am also, what do I do? Thursdays, I'm on Pro Restarters channel, playing a 5th e-game as well, where we play really young characters that are just becoming adventurers and that are kind of thrown into all of these fairy tales, and the object is to try to maintain their innocence throughout them. It was designed by Little Red Dot, who is just a fantastic DM, and Pro is also there as well. And oh my god, what else do? I do that. I'm here. I'm in a I don't remember half the things I do. I'm in a podcast called Domino Theory. It is an all LGBT group. And those episodes will be coming out, I believe, in April. So I'm pretty excited for that. It's a Masks game, which I've never played Masks before, but it's pretty dang cool. So yeah, that's pretty much what's on my list right now. And as Britt did say, a lot of the seasons are kind of wrapping up, and even our own season is wrapping up. So next week, how this will work, because we will not have our wonderful Ritter with us, we are actually going to back up in time a bit. We are going to pause here for realistically 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
I'm so sorry.
What?
And I'll explain why. Hang tight.
This is my fault.
So next week, the wonderful Will from Encounter Roleplay, the Encounter Roleplay guy, is going to be joining us next week on a fun little adventure with some of our little busters. So pretty excited for that. Very, very happy to have Will come and join us. And it'll be fun, and kind of makes up that we won't have Ritter, and there's no way we can continue this on without Ritter. Unfortunately, though, after next week, I am going to be away having surgery performed, and I will not be here for those 2 weeks. However, we do have a very, very special game that is going to be coming up. I'm not going to say anything about it. We will talk more about it when it happens. We'll advertise for it then, but you definitely are going to want to tune in. It's super awesome. I will say that Britt is going to be at the helm of this, and I couldn't be more excited. This is going to be fantastic. So then the final episode, the finale of Little Busters Season 2, is going to be on April 24th. So we're going to see. I'll see you in a couple weeks, basically, after that.
Right before my birthday.
Yeah!
Yay.
Yeah, we're all going to Domino's next week.
That's just what we're doing. That's all it is.
You can go to Domino's.
Totally. Yep. It's just you all playing in like Chuck E. Cheese or something. Like, it's great.
The amount of willpower it took for me not to just go on Domino's.com and order myself pizza while this.
I my phone doing the
Domino's.
same thing, but I would not have the ability to go get it. I'm here, stuck DMing. I can't just leave. But all right. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us tonight. We will catch you later. See you next week, and have a wonderful weekend. Take it easy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.